One. Hello, and welcome to the Weekly Scroll Podcast. My name is Ryan.
And I'm Hunter Sun.
And I'm Max Moon.
We fucking did it, guys. Look at us. Look at us. Yes, this is the wonderful Max Moon. Not only anyone that watches the show knows there's two things. We love Adam Vass and we love Max Moon. That's pretty much where we're at. In no specific order, but Max Moon, fantastic creator, one of our favorite games of all time, 12 years, one of our favorite people in the entire world, just a wonderful, genuine human being, traveler of the left-hand path, master of the abyss of hallucinations. How's it going?
I am doing good. I will also say I also share your love for Adam Vass. Thank you so much. Yeah, things are going good. It's been crazy here, but cool stuff making things. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very excited. Oh shit, you know what I should find? I meant to one day I'm just gonna pull out the 50 different versions of 12 years I have and just have a whole episode where I just go through all of them. Hunter, I don't even think I've shown you. Max sent me a like a pocket version with like an open spine of like 12 years.
I think you might have mentioned it to me, and I was like, oh, that's exactly what I need, a pocket version. Yeah. That's amazing. I have a little folder that I take around when I go to coffee shops to play, you know?
Awesome. Yeah. Stunning. It's great. Yeah, I have a traveler's notebook with like 3 different versions that I take to work just in case I get some downtime.
That pocket version, the village expansion in it.
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I didn't tell you because I thought it'd be fun to surprise you.
I held it and I was like, I can't hold this too much because it's beautiful and the end papers are amazing, and I flipped through, but I have not actually sat down and now I have to go find it. You shouldn't have told me because I would have found it. That's amazing.
Like a fun time to tell you.
Well, whenever we get a second, I'm going to get up and grab it. But, you know,
classic Max tomfoolery. This fucking the expansion. It's not even that we're going to talk about today is already. Gosh, look at that.
Okay, now we're talking about it. This is it. Sealed. Obviously, it's opened, but I have to save the seal. Like I sealed it so I could keep that. So, gosh, yeah, we're getting right into like the immediate tangent away from stuff.
Hey, Max,
but
Max,
tell us about this beautiful pocket version of 12 years that I have.
Sure, I was super stoked to make that for you. I was also like my first round of like doing exposed spine binding. It felt like a fun time to do it because it lays really flat nicely. I dyed the thread myself for that too, so you get that little accent on the exposed spine. That was a new thing for me and not hard, but like I just was like, oh, I don't need to look for thread colors. I just need to make the color. The William Morris end pages, I grabbed those. I was stoked about that. Then the Jenna Lewis marbled book cloth. I love her paper marbling, and I saw she was doing gold and green book cloth. I was like, I need to get this and need to use this on this book. So I was like super stoked to do that. And then I also secretly included the village expansion, which hasn't been like, that's before it got proofread and stuff. So you're going to get some errors in there. But also like there might be a tiny bit missing from it in there too, but you got it.
Look at
yeah.
Look at this. Printed and bound for Ryan 2024. Yeah, this is I feel like an asshole now that I didn't like dig deep enough in this to like know that there's a carousing table.
We know how that goes. We all get stuff and it takes a while to actually look at it.
Yeah, the backlogs are backlogging, you know.
Yeah, this is absolutely incredible. So yeah, so immediate tangent into this gorgeous little book, but 12 years, it's a partial tangent because we are talking about 12 years today, because we are talking about the village expansion that you've already brought up. One thing I do want to mention before we jump into that though is about the last time you were on the show, which was, we remembered this at the beginning, well, when we hopped in, was for Wigmaker's Fingers, which has also arrived.
Look at that. Beautiful.
Absolutely stunning book. The print is fantastic. The paper feels great. I love the color of this ribbon. It's amazing. And not only that, I did get one of these creepy fucks right here. The
that's
finger
terrifying.
thing. It's horrifying. Yeah. Yeah, it's absolutely horrifying. This is from Lewis, who ran Wigmakers for us on the show. Who also wrote Wigmaker's Fingers and everything with Max, and is also a sculptor. It's absolutely stunning. It's a fantastic piece. It's definitely really making the collection pop, the parts that I actually have on the shelf. But really, really fantastic project. And this is currently available on your website right now, correct?
Yep, the Kickstarter's been delivered, and people can buy the book directly now.
Amazing.
Boom. So good.
Congrats.
Thank you. I loved working on that. Lewis's adventure that he wrote was just like, as soon like I was just like, oh, this is good. I can see everything. Like I got like the visual stylings of it. I feel like it was like super inspirational to work with, and it really like pushed me to try out a whole bunch of new stuff and have a lot of fun. Plus, just working off doing something for Into the Odd. You all know Into the Odd Remastered is absolutely gorgeous. The layout and design. Into the Odd is a game. The setting is so inspirational. So it's just a lot to work with, and I feel really good about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's a great
I
project.
love Into the Odd. I am the Into the Odd guy on this show. So yeah, I agree. Yeah, and I mean I think Wigmaker Fingers came out beautifully as well. It really holds to that like very aesthetic forward kind of design of Into the Odd Remastered. I did read a review of it Into the Odd last week that infuriated me. I won't quote it, but I just want y'all to know that someone said it was completely inaccessible, and I was like, "That's crazy."
Oh, that's interesting.
And that's me.
Whatever. Yeah. I mean, it seems super accessible. It's a game I would totally run with younger players too.
yeah, yeah. Yep.
I disagree with that, and I haven't even read it yet. But yeah, it was great. I actually got to playtest this with Lewis like way before, and then when we ran it on the show, we got to run it again. It was really cool to run it with two different groups of people because we definitely did things very differently.
And when I blew up those guys that I didn't need to blow up?
You blew up a whole bunch of dudes that were literally on our side. But hey, you know what?
That too.
Bombs are bombs, you know?
I blew up a friend in that adventure.
Yep. And we like got captured and ended up being like, I won't give any spoilers.
Yeah, y'all lost.
Yeah, we lost. Yeah. That was good. It was a good time. It was great fun. And it was definitely cool to, we're big fans of 12 Years, big fans of Abyss, and it was really interesting to see something that's, while still creepy, moving in a different direction, which was really, really cool. So, beautiful book, fantastic adventure. Definitely check this out. Definitely go to maxmoongames.com and buy everything, including this book.
Buy it twice.
It's great. So Max.
Yeah.
What the heck are you doing here today? What are we talking about?
Talking about 12 Years, the Village expansion. Should we give some background on 12 Years or just assume?
Yeah. No. Listen, if anyone that listens to the show regularly should know it by now and own 3 copies, but for those that might not be enlightened to one of the best solo games out there, what the heck is 12 Years?
12 Years is I say it's a like solo or solo plus game. Even it's a GM-less game, but it's really first and foremost designed as a solo game, and then has options for playing multiplayer. And very much like classic fantasy, really getting at some of those nostalgic vibes for like when I first was encountering role-playing games when I was a young kid. But it's all like procedural generation with dice and very simple, quick and easy to jump in and play. Everything's kept pretty small too, but it has really a lot of ability to be dynamic over time, like exploring and have games turn out very differently. Hexploring is what I call when you're like wandering through hexes, exploring the wilderness, looking for dungeons. And then dungeon delving, you've got your, classic like finding dungeon, go explore it. One of the things I've noticed over time that people are like, oh, this is different, is that dungeons can be very tiny, as small as one room that you find in a tree, or they can get really vast and expansive. That's unlikely, but it certainly can happen and get more dangerous because it's harder to get out. Um, and 12 years starts with this idea that there is the Lich King off in the sunken castle of the south who requires a coronation ritual every 12 years or the world will be burned. So you've got 12 years to run a party through, find the crown, crown the Lich King, the world is saved. But really, what's just for now? Because what good is hope if it actually finishes? I don't know. So you've got, at best, you just put off the dreaded future. Oh.
And then, because in 12 years, guess what? You get to do it all over again.
Yeah, do it all over again.
Yeah.
Or someone else will. I retired by then.
I wanted to show, this is my traveler's notebook. This is where I do a lot of I take notes for the show and reading books and stuff. I doodle some stuff about my own shit that's never going to exist. But one thing that I will always have in here is a copy of 12 Years that I can carry with me always. Yeah. And then we have to have the Demon Lord expansion in here as well. And then for those that like to have it,
Picture of Max after that.
Oh yeah. There's also a campaign journal in here as well that I keep inside the middle of the book, so that I can do that as well. So for those, it's super easy to snag all of those things, and I almost always have. God, I have so many copies of 12 Years now. I think I keep one in the car. I keep one at work. I keep one in here. And it's just like, damn, I got 30 minutes of downtime. I'm going to hexplore for a little while.
One of the things when I was making it, I was like, I want something that I can play at work over lunch or something, or on a plane. And I have a little tube of tiny dice that I used to keep in my pocket all the time. And then I can just play anywhere because it's just fits in little, that was one of the things I wanted to keep going on about it. And I'm really happy to have had the opportunity to keep supporting it with more stuff. And because I've had a lot of ideas over time of this is a very modular game, easily hackable. And yeah, I'm just excited to I've had this expansion, the village expansion, I've had in mind since I first wrote the game. Actually, I wrote little bits kind of hinting at this into the very first thing, and it took me this long to actually get around to figuring out what it was going to be. And during that time, I would get sometimes some questions like, why does it say the nearest village? There's no villages. And I'm like, yeah, you'll see one day. And then I changed that language in a printing to make it a little less confusing, and now I got to change it back because now the village expansion. So.
There we go.
So, amazing transition there. Tell us, what is the village expansion?
Yeah, so the village expansion for 12 Years builds off that I mentioned in 12 Years you've got hexploring and dungeon delving, where you are exploring the wilderness and going into dungeons. The village expansion adds a third kind of play mode, but it's a more compressed, a little bit more abstract version. So you won't be mapping during the village expansion, but when you find, it all starts with, if you find a clearing when you're hexploring, you roll a die again. If you get a 6, then you've discovered a village instead of a clearing. And those villages all have opportunities for really social conflict and different types of interactions that here's the things that you can do in a village. I'll pull it up right now.
Oh, I will also pull it up right now.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna go to that page 5, the village actions.
First of all, I'm sorry, real quick. I have to pause here, right?
Yeah.
The 12 Years cover is one of my favorite covers. I love the design that you did with all of it. The changeover using the same layout to these village icons with the loot and the coin purses and the barrels and stuff. It the first time I saw it, it struck me in my heart in such a way where I was like, oh my god, this is I don't know, it's so good to use the same layout and then switch it the sausages with the finger with the fork and the knife thing fucking kills me. It's so good. I love this cover so much.
I haven't mentioned the art. This is the village expansion is fully illustrated by Yuri Pekowski, who just does beautiful old school style. it's like old school style, but it's not like if you see it, you know it's not actually old school art. It's got that modern, fresh, like very much has his own style. Like anytime you see a Yuri Prokowski piece, you know who did it. Like I grabbed a record from like a was it I can't remember which one it was now. It was one of the HDK records. Is I don't know if it was the Knoll one or the other one I had. I can't remember the name right now, but and I opened it up, the book, the adventure that came with it, and I was like, I know this artist. So it was cool to see more of their work, more of his work. I just love it so much. And it felt like the perfect style for the Village expansion. So did a
Absolutely.
phenomenal job.
It
I'm
is,
really
for sure.
stoked about it. And you all know that's like one of my favorite things about doing any of this is getting to work with amazing artists and kind of like, yeah, just contributes so much to the project.
Absolutely. All right. So page 5, visiting a village. That's where we're at.
Yeah, so when you're visiting a village, the way this works is you've got a few things that you can do, and you can stay as many days as you like. And you can do like one main thing per day. You can form a new party. So if you've died, you can start really from any village. You don't have to go back to the starting village necessarily. Um, you could also like drop off a party that's getting shitty over time. It's like probably should just be retired, maybe save them for later. And then, oh, are you all hearing that noise? Is that coming through? Nope. Okay, all good. Um, the um, the things that you can do in the village, you can form a new party. There's a village healer, so you can go there to heal up your party, but it costs a gold per hit point. So it's expensive. It's not the best way to heal, but you can do that. You can buy and sell stuff. You can gamble. There's a whole little system for gambling. Um, and you can investigate rumors. There's a whole like table for like random rumors, and you can carouse. And there's also some things that you can't necessarily do on purpose, but you can discover like patrons who may give you like side quests and stuff like that. But those have to be like rolled up through the process. With carousing, you actually have to carouse every night because you can't resist that. So for however
Who
many
could?
days a day, you've got to carouse those days. Carousing results are clearly not going to all be good. Some of that's going to be terrible. You could get chased out of the village by an angry mob and then never be able to return there. Um, yeah, so that's some of the stuff that's in the village expansion or the
I'll
core of like.
say, I do want to say, being able to start at like any village and not have to go back to the beginning is fucking huge for actually like getting there, because when you start, you still have to go through all the sections you've already been through. Just because they're plotted doesn't mean you don't have to go through them.
Yeah, one of the
Well,
things.
unless you get in prison for D4 years, you know.
Yeah, I really enjoy the imprisonment thing because if you get imprisoned, it's just for a few years until you find out that there's an escape through a dungeon, and so then you end up with a dungeon right from that village. Um,
Fucking cool.
I'm gonna run upstairs for just a quick moment here. Get that this noise is distracting me. I'm gonna be like, "Hey,
Absolutely.
what you
Okay.
doing?"
We'll,
So I'll be right back.
we will be right back.
Cool.
And we're back. Double transition there for those that can see us. Okay.
What about those
Where
like,
were
dealers?
we? What?
What?
Max,
Okay.
we're back. What?
Yep.
Where were we? We were talking about the village.
Yeah, just some of the key actions that you can do in a village and like how you discover it. Yeah, I mean, one of the things that we talked about doing was rolling up some characters and trying out visiting a village. Do you all want to move to that part?
Yes.
Fuck yes. For all those, and listen, for those out there that say we swear too much, too fucking bad.
We don't. We'll swear more now. Oh, you
yeah,
think we do
even
too
more.
much?
Swear too fucking much.
I'm gonna make up new curse words.
Yeah. Yes, I have a roller ready to go. I'm very excited for this. Let's visit it. Let's visit a fucking village.
All right, awesome. Okay, so rolling up characters first, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've got my copy of 12 Years here beside me if anyone needs. I know you've got copies there, Ryan.
Oh,
Hunter, do you have
I
something
have
set?
Mine's
copy
on
right
my
here.
bookshelf, but I always have a digital copy within a few keystrokes.
There you go.
Yes. Okay.
But yeah, walk us through it
I-
anyway, just so it is interactive for everyone listening at
Oh,
home.
yeah, for those listening at home. Isn't there also a 12 years character generator?
Oh, that's true. Yes. Um, for uh Phil, 1d10 plus 5, who did Solitary Defilement, also made like a whole like 12 years random roller that'll roll everything for you.
That's wild. I have not been using that. I've been sitting at the coffee shop and rolling up my own characters this whole time.
I mean, that's also like a very fun thing to do. Is
It
to
is
just roll
actually
up
very.
parties.
It's not like I'm mad that I did that, but
Let's see here. I'm gonna pull where did I?
excellent television right now.
Hey, listen, it is. You're welcome. You're welcome. Everybody listening, you're welcome. If we go to it's linked on your website, isn't it?
I thought it was, but maybe I had changed some stuff on my website recently with getting ready for this, and I may have.
Oh, here it is.
But I can.
No, never mind.
Here, I got it. I can drop it in the chat for y'all.
Oh, generators.
Nope.
Yeah, it's not on that one, so I need to add it on there.
Oh yeah, when I click generators, it takes me to handcrafted arcanum.
Oh, weird. If you, yeah, I'll fix that later. But yeah, I just dropped it in the Discord chat that I got there, and I'll have that up for people so they can use it afterwards.
Okay,
and hey, listen, if you were interested in looking this yourself, it is on 1D1. Oh, I can read 1d105.itch.io. That is /12 -years -quicker -play -generator.
Good job.
Thanks.
And that does like just any role you need. It's all right there in one. So, you know.
So good.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just going to use this to roll a character.
Okay. Oh, there are two new archetypes.
Two new archetypes. Tell us about them.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's the Bard, which has 8 hits, and its abilities are: the Bard is braggadocious, gain a level whenever the Bard joins the party. Bards start with a loot worth 200 gold, but they won't part with the loot until they die. Then their weakness is that they are cowardly. Anytime a party encounters a new enemy, roll a d4. On a result of 1, the Bard dies of a heart attack. Definitely made myself laugh for writing that. Then there's a thief, 10 hit points. They're sneaky. Always retrieves loot or crowns the Lich King when they're evading, regardless of whatever they roll. And thieves are also, the weakness is backstabber. If a thief is the last remaining party member, they loot the corpses of all the dead party members nearby and flee, and you have to roll a new party. So that is the 2 new archetypes.
Love it.
Oh gosh, we have to name a character or we die.
That's correct.
That's true.
One of my favorite 12 years.
Dude, that makes it every time I'm just like, God damn it, because like I don't know why I find every game I've ever played, I've literally bought games and not played them because I have to name myself in character creation and I get paralyzed by like, how can I define the entire essence of how I want to play this game just by the name of my character? And somehow like 80% of them are still like Mordred or some like bullshit like dark fantasy like edgelord crap, you know.
I'm on to like Frederick and Bartholomew. You know, I'm going to go biblical with it. You know, yeah.
When I'm playing like something like, sometimes I get into a phase where I'm just like, you are all named Burger King.
The way they get really good at naming is to release any care about being good at naming. You know, like I mean, occasionally they'll be bad. In fact, more often than not. But also, And you're like, who cares? You know?
I have a few names I always come back to, whether on purpose or on accident. Like I've been playing a dwarf named Orin in an infinite number of games since I was like 8 years old, and that will always just pop back up. Scumbag John. I don't know. That one's in the Village expansion now. A lot of the names, the stuff it's like they're a lot of them were characters in games played with friends or yeah.
Hmm. Oh, I can think
Okay,
of a heroic horse name.
I've got a rogue named Betty, a fae folk named Andy. Shout out Andy. Wasn't on purpose, just the first name that came in, but also.
Are you rolling a whole party, or are you just a party member?
Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I was rolling a whole party. I'm almost done.
I thought I was going to be a party member. Are we doing 2 whole parties here?
Oh, I
or
say
are
you
we
do
just
2 whole
party
parties.
members?
Yeah, do 2 whole parties and
Oh,
then
damn.
both visit the same village. Because one of the things 12 years is very playable multiplayer. And one of the things I really enjoy about that is that it is both like you can ebb and flow in and out of like collaborative play, competitive, or just playing in the same persistent world. Um, so you all could try and rob each other or something.
I'll stab him in the back.
Again.
All right. Well, I got 2 rogues, a hermit, and a giant.
Feel free to take a new one, a new archetype too, if you want.
Oh shit! Yeah, fuck yeah. Well, why don't you take one and I'll take one?
I'll take the thief, I think.
All right, so I'll take a bard. So let me cross off one of my rogues, and then I'll have the bard. Okay, and now I need 4 names. I'm just gonna go straight down this list here. All right. Nope. Skip the ones that I can't say. All right. My hermit named Marum.
Burger.
My rogue named Tape. My giant named Dan. Very excited for the Dan to Dan anime coming out. And then my bard named Wilma. Wait a minute, didn't you have somebody named Betty?
I do have someone named Betty.
We have a Betty and a Wilma. All
wow,
right.
Look at us go. Who'd have thought?
Okay. All right. I got a full party here.
Awesome. Me too.
Nice.
All right. And we're visiting a village.
Okay. So, oh, wait a minute. You got your party, but you got your starting gear. That's gonna be important.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you all have that?
Roll for starting weapons, loot, and gold. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. What did you get, Hunter?
Okay, maybe I didn't do loot actually. Okay. One of them has an ancient coin. I know that. So the thief has an ancient coin. Ancient coin. A broken key. Ornate magic sword. Whoa!
So you gotta roll the magic for that sword.
Oh. Fey touched.
All right.
Sting. One enemy joins party.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one actually. Can you guys hear that tiny kitten? Now it's too quiet. Okay, tiny.
There's a gate on it anyway. Okay, damn. Okay, well, never mind. Okay. You ever roll a bunch and you're like, nah, I can't go with that, and then like you roll into the same thing, and you're like, well, nope, that's what I'm going with.
Yeah.
So 3 of my party members have spiked flails. Because I rolled 3 2s twice.
Nice.
So I'll give Wilma the axe, and then spiked flail. Quote. All right.
We maybe should have done this for the episode.
No, absolutely not. We're doing it live. A real actual play.
Yeah, hey.
Boom. All right. So I have my weapons, my starting gold. Okay. And then my loot.
Oh, yeah, you definitely need to make sure you know how much gold you have. That'll be key for the village.
Okay. Broken key. Very good. I'm glad we have that.
Roll 40-12. All right. 2. I got a mushroom. 5. I got a wooden shield.
One of the things I'll add while you are rolling up stuff, the village expansion works with the Demon Lord expansion as well. So the village expansion is like a cool
Awesome.
thing that you can just integrate into the main game. So whatever that works with. Then like the hexploring expansion is where it's just like extra tables of encounters that are hex specific. So it depends on the terrain style. So that just adds a little bit more versatility for folks who want some more encounter tables. And again, that'll work with village expansion as well.
Okay. Well, I have everything ready, I believe.
Want to do your first village visit while Ryan's finishing up rolling?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we assume at this point that you've been wandering through, though you could start just right at the starting village and do this right away with a party. But we'll say you discovered a village out in the wilderness. When visiting a village, we're going to be playing in days each day. You don't have to track the number of days because it doesn't impact. Everything is just tracked in years, in 12 years. So, but what it does is that you have to carouse one for the day. So whatever action you choose, you have to carouse that night, and you have to spend 1 gold per party member for a place to stay. But you do that at the end, not at the beginning, because you may run out of gold before you actually can stay there. So, okay. The so Hunter, you get
Yes.
to choose for your first day whether you would like to you don't need to heal, so I'm assuming you're not going to do that, but it's form a new party, visit the village healer, buy and sell goods, gamble, investigate rumors, or carouse.
I think Cork, my thief, is really into gambling. So I think we're going to be going down to the gambling lodge. You know?
Okay, let's see here. So for gambling, you are going to wager any amount of gold that you like. And then you're going to roll. If you wager 100 gold or more, you can roll a d4 instead of a d6. So it's a d6 normal roll, but if you wager enough gold, then you roll a lower roller die.
Cork's fairly broke, so he's gonna wager 5 gold.
All right, cool. Then go ahead and roll that d4 or d6, I mean.
Rolling d6, I rolled a 1.
All right, on a 1, you win 10 times your gold, but you're no longer welcome in this village and you must leave immediately. Do not carouse. If you return, you are met by villainous villagers. And that's the villainous villagers is like a creature encounter table, basically.
Okay, I did see reference to it, so that's cool. Awesome. Well, hey, listen, I got Cork's got 60 gold now, buddy. I need to stay in that stinky village anyway, you know?
So this could screw you if you did this at the very first village, starting one, and then you can no longer return. Then you're like, so it's great, but there is a little bit of a downside there. Ryan, are you ready for yours?
Yep. I just have to write my HP down, and then it's 8 for a bard, right?
Yeah.
And then my axe. You have my axe. Yep. We all knew what was going on.
And all of our axes.
Yep. Okay. Yes, I have my full array. I even used my pocket edition.
Nice.
I'll roll it up. Okay. So I'm villaging.
So in the village, yep. What would you like to do for your day? You've got form a new party, visit the healer, buy and sell goods, gamble, investigate for rumors, or carouse. When you choose to carouse, you're like choosing, I will carouse during the day. You still carouse at night. So it just means you carouse twice.
It's double carousing?
Double carousing.
That's the most carousing I've ever heard of.
I know, right? Sometimes you got it. Sometimes you don't want to wait till night to start partying. You got to do it all day.
That crazy day carousing, you know? Yeah. Let's investigate for some rumors.
All right, for investigation, it costs you 5 gold in bribes to investigate for rumors,
Dope.
or to find patrons who may be of help on your way. Sometimes, well, I'll just let you. Yeah, so you expend 5, and then you can roll a d6.
Yeah. I'll grease a couple palms. My bard Wilma, she's out there barding it up, playing a little tune, passing some coins, surreptitiously. And I started with 30 gold.
Okay.
So I'm down to 25 gold after some solid bribing.
All right. Then you got a d6 roll for your investigation results, and this can lead you in a few different directions.
Investigation, d6. All right. No, you know what I'm going to use? I keep forgetting that I have this. So I'm going to use it.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting you have that too.
I'm curious what you have.
It's the critical machine dice roller.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, have you seen these?
Yeah, you sent me a picture, and we both have been looking at it at the same time. It's like,
For those who don't know, this is from Critical Machine. It's a wonderful, wonderful digital dice roller with 2 different tracks and everything. This is cool because I had it in a box for a while, and then one of the keys didn't work, and it was way past the return date, and the company still took it back, fixed it for free, and mailed it back to me for free. So wonderful company.
Yeah, big shout out to them for that. That was very cool of them.
Yeah, it's very cool of them. Okay. Let me just clear this up. And D6. Boom. 2.
All right. On a 2, pay 5 gold for a lead. Roll again, but you roll D4 instead. So you got to bribe someone else here. Someone's just pointing you towards another person to talk to.
20 GP, but I get to roll a D4 instead. So let me clear. Boom. D4. 3.
All right. You're thwarted by a villainous villager. Let's see who gets.
Son of a bitch. This village is not friendly to us at all.
Yeah, that's, all right. Roll a D8 for villainous villagers.
All right. D8. Boom. Got 4.
All right. A religious zealot. They can't be evaded, but they will flee if any magic is used in their presence, which would end the encounter. So you're attacked, and so we move into the combat rules. You can flee or fight. Yeah.
Let's fight. Let's fight them up.
Sweet. I'm pulling up the table here.
Bum, 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 bum,
Roll a
bum.
D6.
Roll a D6.
Yep, just like your typical combat in 12 years.
Ooh, 6.
On a 6, that's a palpable hit for the party. So you get to do double damage against these against this religious zealot, which only has 8 hit points. So with 4 party members and double damage, that's a minimum of 8 hit points. So you don't actually have to roll to see how much you do.
I'm gonna roll because I get D10, 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 D12. That is for a total of 26.
Completely murdered this religious zealot.
Times 2. So that would be what, 52?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I sent him to see his god.
Yes. who it turns out is pissed and sends him back to be reborn eternally as a zombie. Okay. And then that is the end of your investigation. It didn't come to fruition, but it does mean that you make it to the night. You got to pay 1 gold per party member to carouse.
Man, listen, the worst thing that ever happened was civilization, because it's just going to leech that gold from you, huh?
I mean, that is definitely inspiration for this, and the little poem at the beginning of it
right.
it hints at that.
And those who cuddled once in caves now dwell in furnished abodes. Yes, love the poem in the beginning. For those that want to read it more, either pause the stream or, even better yet, go buy the village expansion. So we are carousing. I spend 4 gold. So god damn it, I started with 30 and I'm down to 16.
All right. And then carousing roll is a D12.
D12. Boom. That's a 6.
All right. On a 6, hey, you learn a rumor and you win 50 gold pieces gambling.
Wait a minute. So I bribed people all day trying to get a rumor, and then I didn't get it. And then as soon as I go to a bar, I just get a free rumor. Wonderful.
Yes.
The village giveth and the village taketh away.
All right. And then the rumors is a D12 also.
All right. Boom. D12. I love this fucking thing. I don't know why I ever unplug it from my computer.
I would never unplug it.
That's amazing.
I'd be sitting
That's
there
how quick I can just go boom, D6. Yeah, so good.
Bored in a meeting, rolling dice.
Boom. Donezo. Okay, so rumors. It's a 6.
All right, on a 6. This is a long one. In a building appearing far older than the village itself, a rundown bookshop is said to appear in unknown locations, despite rarely, if ever, seeing any patronage. It is only open in the wee hours, and even then, the disgruntled shopkeep presents a strange and unsolvable riddle to those who knock. While none comprehend the rationality, the answer to the riddle is 42 dolphins, 42 whales, 42 mice, and 1 towel. They will sell any book for 12 gold. When purchasing a book, roll its quality as if it were found rather than purchased. Once the party leaves, the bookshop disappears, relocating to be discovered once more. So you found out some information.
99 hot dogs, 99 hamburgers, 99 cheeseburgers.
This
is
applicable.
Hey. Don't panic.
That's a great rumor. I love the towel.
Thank you.
All right.
And that was your day in the village. Hunter, do you want to try again?
Absolutely.
All right. Do you want to visit this same village even though you're not welcome there, or do you want to visit a different village?
We're gonna try to make our way back. We went and did some stuff and we came back because we just need a place to rest,
All right.
You're coming back to the same village?
Absolutely. I'm a troublemaker through and through. So I don't know if you know that about me, but I'm a bad.
Hey, I don't know. You're which one of you is a bad boy?
All of them, especially Betty.
The whole party? Your whole party of bad boys?
Yeah, especially Betty. Betty's the worst.
Oh, you gotta have.
I mean, Betty was a baddie. I will say that.
Okay, you're visiting this village again. Since you are not welcome here, you first are going to be confronted by a villainous villager. So I'm pulling that up here. It's a D8 roll.
I rolled an 8.
All right, you re-roll again, but 3 times as many will show up.
I roll a 6 this time.
All right, the village guard. So you got 3 village guards show up. They've got 10 hit points. They roll a D8 for damage. But you roll 2d6 to determine how many are encountered. So in this circumstance, 6d6 to see how many are there.
23.
Oh shit. Okay. So that means they roll 23 d8s for damage. So yeah, you get to okay, here we go. If the party is killed, though, you're instantly healed and imprisoned for D4 years instead of dying.
Amazing.
I have a feeling that might be where this is going,
That's
but we'll
probably
see.
where this is gonna go.
All depends. Are you going to fight or flee?
I think we're gonna flee from this one, honestly.
Seems like the right decision. All right. You remember how fleeing works?
No, not off the top because I've
It is a
never actually.
D4. And do you have a giant in your party?
I do, and they're slow. Yeah.
Yeah, just thinking about that, and I was just debating. I'm like trying to remember if that will cause you any problems here, because I think it mainly just means.
Well, evading cannot successfully retrieve loot or achieve any other
Yeah.
results requiring. Okay.
So you are okay on that end. It won't impact.
I rolled a D4, and for evading, I rolled a 2, or for fleeing, I rolled a 2.
You rolled a 2 for evading. Okay,
Yes.
that's great. That's gonna be fun.
Great, awesome. So they're gonna follow me into the next hex.
Yes. So
Right.
I'll chase you out into the next hex. The next hex, though, what is it? I'm gonna.
You want me to just use the roller I have up?
Yeah, do it.
How many guards were there? 20? Is Cop City? Is this the village that we went to?
Turns out that you
It's just a
discovered
village
Cop
of
City.
guards.
Yeah. The village of Atlantia here. We have
The next hex is hills with a thick mist, passing a lost and fey for 1d4 years, but I do have a fey folk in my party, so that doesn't really happen to me.
All right. Well, then we got a hexploring encounter too, though.
We do have a hexploring encounter.
Thick mist, though, isn't it?
What's up?
That was the thick mist, though.
That was
right?
the thick mist, yes.
Okay, cool. So you are good. You just still have to deal with the 28 village guards that are chasing you.
Well, they didn't get stuck in the mist.
You just like disappeared for however long. How long was it? Oh, you weren't. So you actually avoided it, they may have got stuck in the mist, but then they appear 100 years older, long beards, still chasing the fuck out of it.
Nightmare. Okay. I think I'm gonna try to run again.
Okay.
Hey, good news. 4, party retrieves all loot and evades enemies and traps.
All right. So you could flee back to the village. You're only 1 hex away.
I think we'll go ahead and flee back to the village.
All right. Awesome.
They're all old men now, so we just outran them. You know.
There you go.
They just got old. And then you can now go for your village encounter.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna double carouse actually.
All right.
For sure.
Carousing. So let's see here. Daytime.
I do want to say, sorry, real quick. I did roll 23 d8. And it was only 110 damage. So in case you would have survived that,
I would not have survived that.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Is carousing a D12?
It is a D12, correct, and you don't have to pay for daytime carousing.
Of course, we party for free early, and I rolled. This Google Dice roll is weird, man. I need to stop using it. I rolled a 12.
All right, you gain a new party member and
a free level.
Let's see who you're gonna get. Oh yeah, got that roller up.
Oh yeah.
So
I do.
real quick question: What do you? So with the 2 new party members, would you just slap them on and roll the d6?
Oh yeah, you can. Yep, just do that. That's what we did for Demon Lord. I also that's how I would do it rules wise, but in actual life, I would be like, no, I'm playing one of these new ones because it's new.
Well, yeah.
So,
Well, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, I rolled Gurmit the Hermit.
Good.
HP is 8. Yeah, cool. Healing and Pacifist. Classic Hermit. Okay, cool. Yeah, I got my new guy.
Okay. So you got a free party member and you gained a level, and then now is you're compelled to carousing. So you pay 1 gold per party member.
We do that. And then I roll another D12. And this one is an 8.
An 8. You meet a patron.
Amazing.
Okay. Patrons, D8.
A 4.
All right, on a 4, you meet Sir Birchwood, once a noble, lost too many times to remember the location of his fiefdom. Sir Birchwood grants the party a fiat title. Lost nobles will reward the party with 200 gold instead of 100 whenever you encounter them. And rude squires won't attack you.
Ooh,
That's big. That's big.
That's a great one. Yeah, I did it.
Awesome. The lost nobles from 12 years. You keep finding lost nobles wandering the woods. They need help getting home. And that you can also, instead of return them to the starting village, you can return them to any village.
Oh, that's cool too.
Okay, that was your day in the village. Now you both are in the same village, so you could also join up. You could fight each other. You could try to rob each other.
Could we just carouse together for our night carousing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm down. Yeah.
Yeah, so we caroused already for one day, so now we're on day 2. So
wait, well, you day carouse though, didn't you?
And I just night carouse as well.
Oh, that was the night carouse. Yeah.
That's right. We really carouse
here.
Yeah, let's do one more round of the day in the village. Let's pull up some village actions.
Yeah.
I think today I'm going to investigate a rumor. So I'll pay 5 gold.
Okay.
And then rumors. How many is it? D12?
So investigating rumor, you're gonna roll a d6 for the investigation.
I rolled a 1.
On a 1, it's a dead ends all around. You stop for the day and you lose 20 gold on useless bribes.
God.
Ryan, what would you like to do with your party for your day act?
Gosh. So I did investigate and I did find a rumor. No, I'm saying yesterday I did.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Let's do a day carouse. Let's just double carouse. Do a day carouse. Wait a minute. Have we gambled yet?
Yes, Hunter gambled.
Yeah, I got thrown out of town for winning too big.
That's right. Yeah, okay, yeah, day carouse. All right. So, D12, let's see. 5.
On a 5, you learn a rumor.
I didn't even try to investigate, and I'm out here getting rumors. Wilma is just a great bard, Day
carouse rumor that you get here, you got a D12.
Okay, D12. 8.
Ooh, on an 8, this is you find out about a kidnapper. A cave in the nearest hills gives refuge to a 2-headed troll who has captured the village's children in preparation for a feast. Treat the cave as a dungeon. Each room contains a child. Children are never engaged in combat and have no hit points. Villagers will pay you 100 gold for each child returned and 500 gold for each head of any 2-headed troll from this cave. If all children are rescued, 2 of the eldest children come of age and join the party as new party members with randomly rolled archetypes.
Here's the thing I love about that rumor, right? Is because until you said villagers will pay 100 gold, I was like, that's an interesting rumor. Have fun with that. Then I was like, oh, there's the reason to do anything about it. That's a lot. That is a very lot for this game to potentially have. How many children is there? 5?
Each room has a child, so it depends on how big.
Yeah, as you roll through it. So you could get hundreds and hundreds of gold from this, plus new party members, and 500 for every troll. You could literally have thousands of gold.
For 500 for every troll head, because trolls have 2 heads.
2 heads. That's what I'm saying. You could have thousands of gold from this. That's insane.
What's even crazier is you could do all of this, get all this gold, all the apartments, and you could still fucking lose.
Yeah. You could literally get imprisoned, hit a mist, hit another mist. You know how many times that's happened to me? Or I'm just missed, damn, fuck. All right, Lich King wins. Awesome. Let's roll this again.
I think that's what's great about this village expansion is that it gives you there's a lot more options here for a big gold build up or now making more gold through like turning in lost nobles, or getting more party members, and finding more like areas of like respite, and you can still lose. Like it's great, it's cool, it adds like a new element, and it still feels very 12 year, and you can still get to Lich King, or just never get to him, and you can still not make it. So
one of the things that I've been kind of, as I'm doing expansions, I've always had in the back of my mind is like a 12 years that is just an open-ended, no big bad. I love that about like I love having a self-contained game, but I also like I kind of want to just have a game of 12 years going that has no, it's just exploring and just seeing what happens. So the village expansion gives more opportunities for side quests and stuff. And then I've also got some other things I'm working on that will add to that. But yeah.
It's like we always talk about people supporting the systems that they've made instead of like continuing to make new systems. Although I love new systems, and 12 years is such a great example. Like there's so much more 12 years now and to come later. I'm very excited to see it.
Thank you.
One of the things I really love too. So I'm just gonna throw up the original 12 years. Let's kick this into 2-page view. And the Demon Lord expansion, one of the things I really love, because obviously like I'm just a little bit obsessed with 12 years, but is just how the expansions that you have put out. Demon Lord expansion, first of all, I mean, could you make something that's more perfect for my edgelord ass than a Demon Lord expansion? It's one of my favorite games. But it builds so well on what already existed, which was fantastic about 12 years. Like I love the Hellmouth. I love like it felt like there's a lot of new stuff, but like it stays true to like the base of the game. And even when we get to like in the village expansion and stuff like that, like it's still just using what's already there, adding these fun little bits to it, and it just like it's not a second edition of the game or anything. The expansion's really, it's not like a crazy amount of new stuff. It feels like a really good amount of just like new areas to explore that you're like, oh yeah, a village, of course, and now we can do a little bit more in it and stuff like that. So I really love how like kind of seamless the expansions all fit together to really feel like you're just expanding what you can do within the game that already exists, if that makes sense.
Yeah, thank you. That's been something like when working on the Demon Lord expansion, one of the things I kind of wanted to do too is I was like, I'm like 12 years, I really want it to be like simple, really like easy to just pick up and start playing. But also knowing that by the time I release Demon Lord expansion, there's folks who are like super familiar with it and just like have it down, and you don't even really even need the quick reference tables at that point. So like I was like, okay, I can add some more complexity that I wouldn't want someone to pick that up as an introduction and play their first game because it might feel like a little like too much. But if you've been playing 12 years a bunch, then adding the Hellmouth stuff and like it's like I feel like I could like work to find like a sweet spot of like a little more complexity, but still feeling like really simple. The village expansion, I was like I debated for a long time on how to handle it, and I'm really happy with just like at one point I was like imagining it was going to be like mapping and stuff and like exploring through and like having a whole separate mapping system. And I was like, no, I really just want this is just narrative. Like, just want to handle it that way. And I'm really happy with how that played out and how it works to give a little contrast from like hexploring, delving, and then villages. Yeah. You all have your nighttime carousing that you want to do together. Should we roll that up?
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool. Now with I don't have like together carousing rolls. You would generally just roll it separately. But
yeah. We'll just hold hands.
You know, in the multiplayer combat rules, you roll together and take the difference of your roll. And how close together your roll is like a beneficial thing. So I was just thinking, where is the cooperative combat? Yeah, that one, it just shifts like if you roll 2d8s for your carousing, was your carousing was d12. If you roll 2d12s, then we just take the difference as the result.
Boom.
That makes it like really cooperative, right?
All right.
I've already rolled.
What'd you get?
A 4.
I got a 4.
All right. So difference of 0, and whenever you do the difference, you just shift the 0 to 1. And so
Fuck.
you are imprisoned for.
Yeah, I fucking knew it was gonna be so close to be like either 1 or 2 or 3, the 3 worst options, or
This
4.
isn't how it actually works, but I just wanted to make you do it this way. But for togetherness, it seemed like the way to go. You're imprisoned for D4 years. So who wants to roll the D4?
I got it.
Oh,
It's 2. We're in prison for
good,
2.
because I rolled a 4, so 2 works better.
Great. But when you so 2 years pass, you mark that on your sheet. You've got 2 fewer years to complete the coronation ritual. But you discover a dungeon, and any exit that you find in the dungeon will lead to an adjacent hex of your choice. There is, well, I don't know how much to give away, but there are circumstances where you might meet somebody who tells you like, here's how you get out of prisons. I've been in jail plenty, and I know the way through that dungeon. There's stuff like that. I had a really good time with the patrons and the rumors in terms of being able to like seed little things, little bits of information that can actually become helpful later. Like that rumor that you got about 42 that will come up again.
It always does.
Always
Yeah, the
does.
moment you're like, yeah, do the difference. I'm like, but that's imprisoned, robbed, or robbed.
Yep.
Well, if one of you rolled a 1 and the other rolled a 12, right? Then you
Hey,
got 11.
then we would have gotten 11. I mean, the odds are good. Roll it again. Roll it. I want to do one more.
Okay, we're rolling a d12 one more time. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
All right. I got a 7.
I rolled a 10. That's 3. The difference is 3.
Yeah, this is why. So I use this for the combat, and I have like an intentional scaled table.
Yeah.
Also, one of the things that for combat, the more players you have fighting together, the harder it gets to do anything good. You're more likely to hit each other when there's more people there. So I had a really fun time scaling that. That's not how I would actually do it for carousing, but I was like,
that was very funny.
Have a separate table with scaled a little bit differently, but I would say in carousing, the more people, the better. So I would like actually be like, you should, I don't know. But do you want to just roll together and then take your highest roll as a result?
Well, let's just do the last one. You rolled a 7, right? I rolled a 10. So my 7 is, you may hire a mercenary for 50 gold, but 10 is you can recruit a new party member, which I would say is the better choice.
Same thing, just you don't pay for them.
Exactly. It's the exact same thing. To be able to pay for it. So Max.
Yep.
Tell me, how are we getting this project?
Yeah. So I am doing a pre-order campaign on my site, so maximumgames.com. And there's a page not just to pre-order it, but a page that kind of goes over, gives you a lot more detail about the project and the status of things. So if you go to maximumgames.com, that very first thing, there's a link to like the campaign page, or you can go directly to pre-ordering it. And one of the things I'm also doing with this campaign, kind of combining, I'm not doing like a full Kickstarter campaign with like tons of reward tiers and stuff, and I try to keep things a little more streamlined for this. There is, though, the zine storage boxes that I'm making, screen printed zine storage boxes that have like a magnetic closure. I'm going to talk about the boxes for a minute, unless you all stop.
No, do the boxes. Do the boxes.
Cool. I'm stoked about the boxes because, like, I love zines very much, as I know the two of you do as well. I was making zines when I was young. Coming and getting into role-playing game zines was a huge thing. I love it. But I don't like how they look on my shelves. And so I'm like, always kind of like, I have behind me this thing closed, each of them closed. So I have zines in there because I'm like, I don't want to see it. It's so chaotic and messy. I don't want to put it with my books, and they squeeze and they whatever. And then also knowing what's where is a challenge for me. So I love having storage boxes for my zines. And you all have I think you both probably have some boxes from me previously, and I'm happy with those like lidded boxes with like how those have come out. But I've also been kind of like, oh, this doesn't, like, when you put it on your shelf, you don't see what it is. The lid sometimes like leans a little bit, and I'm like, I want something where I can add like art to the spine. And then also there's boxes where I'm like, oh, I really like some of these other boxes, but they're so hard to open. So I've been like trying to source a box that really feels like what I want and that I can print on for a long time. And I finally found these magnetic closure boxes. So it's a hinge box like a cigar box, but it has like a
Mhm.
magnetic flap. So it closes and opens really easily. You've got all your stuff right in there. And I can screen print. I've got all the boxes flat. So unassembled, and so I can screen print on the spine, the cover, and everything. And the screen printing looks nice on them. And then I am offering them in 4 different colors, so you can get one or collect them all because we're everything in life is basically a version of Pokemon.
I wonder what Ryan's going to do of those two options. I can't even imagine. Well, yeah, I'm super stoked for this. This sounds really awesome. I mean, I think obviously I'm going to get a box, and I think Ryan probably will get maybe multiple boxes. Yeah, I'm really stoked for this. That was a lot of fun. I'm glad we got to play that. Yeah, got any last notes you'd like to say about your village project? Oh, what does Ryan have?
Oh,
Good, Ryan. Yeah, keep going. You're good. Yeah, absolutely. I can't hear you. Nope.
no.
Everyone, I've used my black magic to mute Ryan from several hundreds of miles away.
We can just try to read his lips and say,
yeah, send up smoke signals, Ryan.
Mhm.
Nope, not at all.
Like,
Huh.
Oh, he's back.
am I back? There I am.
There we go.
There's a cool link if you go to the pre-order page. Some people that watch the Weekly Scrolls deep dive into 12 years. So you can find that right on the pre-order page.
It's funny because I was going to end this episode with, hey, if you liked this, you should check out episode 17. Episode 17. That's long ago.
Insane. Considering I think this is like episode 160.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yes, Max, we've been rocking with you since the beginning.
Congrats on that many episodes.
Thank you. It's all right.
That's cool.
Hey, listen, I think all but like 10 of them were with you too, buddy.
Cool.
But yes, Hunter's question. What else would you like to know about the campaign? Obviously, we'll make sure that the links to all this are in the description and everything below. It's really fantastic that you're doing it not on Kickstarter. And I can't wait to have you back, especially after this all goes out and we can chat about how you felt about running something this big, like on your own page versus something crowdfunding like with Exalted Funeral and stuff with like Abyss of Hallucinations 3, because the scope of those projects are both very different. It'll be interesting to hear your take on how they go.
Yeah, I would look forward to talking about that a bit more. And I will say, I knew going into this, like, okay, when I do this, it's not going to be as big as if I do it on Kickstarter. That's one of the things that happens when you like, you lose some of the marketing momentum. You're right. Like attention, like it's going to be a little bit less, but I'm also like, I got to start doing this and like building it up this way, get folks used to doing this also. And just kind of like slowly, just like for my sanity too, like I can't do more than 2 Kickstarters in a year. It's just like, it's a lot. So this is nice though, because I'm like, I can spread it out a little bit. I have a lot more flexibility and responsiveness. Like I don't have to align everything to how Kickstarter works. And one of the big things that's been nice too is like folks can order whatever they want. Whenever I do a Kickstarter, people are often like, oh, I want to add on. And I'm like, I can't put my whole catalog as an add-on every Kickstarter. It starts to get crazy. Kickstarter takes a cut of all that. It's like, so, there's a lot of things there that I'm like, okay, this is a good direction for me to be heading and building a little bit more and get used to building a website for each project when I have a new one coming. So it's been fun. It's been going well. I'm really happy with how it's gone so far. And it's nice to take it a little slower too and stretch it out because this will ship in like October is the plan.
Oh, cool.
October. Guess who has what is I assume is probably the first copy of it.
Yep.
Now that I know, boom, this little guy right here. So I get to play with it for months and months, all the way through to October. again, so excited for this. Honestly, like I have numerous zine boxes and just maybe a couple of zines, so very excited for the boxes. As Hunter said, guess what? I bought all 4. You got to, because even here's the thing: is I can probably fill at least 2.5 of these already with just 12 years versions I already have, and I know there's going to be more. So eventually, I can just have all of them in there. But yeah, seriously, Max, as Hunter said, we've been rocking with you for years at this point. You're one of our favorite people in the entire world. Always a pleasure to have you here on the show. Let's kick to a different window. I can't tell you how excited I am for The Village. I mean, Demon Lord is fantastic, and anytime we can get more 12 years, it's a good time. Anyone that listens to the show knows how much we love and support Max, and everyone listening should absolutely do that as well. You will not be disappointed either in the quality of their work or in them as a human being ever. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Always a pleasure. I love getting to see you guys. It's super appreciated. Thanks for having me.
We appreciate you as well, Max.
Like I said, we'll make sure all the links are below. And I know we took kind of a short accidental hiatus, but we will be back. I think our new day is Fridays now.
Fridays. We're here on Fridays now because Hunter got a new second job.
Boom. Fridays, 10 o'clock. And yeah, you will see Max again, I'm sure, many times in the future. So thank you all for listening. Max, again, thank you so much. And we'll see you all later. Bye.
Bye.